Have you ever wondered why some people instantly command respect while others seem to fade into the background? It's not always about talent. It's not about intelligence. And it's definitely not about being the loudest person in the room. In fact, many people go unnoticed for one simple reason: they unknowingly send signals that tell the world not to take them seriously. The frustrating part is that most of these signals happen automatically. They're habits, small behaviors repeated every day without a second thought. But here's the good news. The moment you become aware of them, you can change them. And when you do, something remarkable happens. People start responding to you differently. They pay attention when you speak. They value your opinion. They treat you with a level of respect you may have never experienced before. And yes, some people may even become uncomfortable with the new version of you. That's usually a sign you're growing. Today, I want to share 5 powerful shifts that can completely change the way others see you and, more importantly, the way you see yourself. Let's begin. Number 1, stop being so predictable. Human beings naturally place people into categories: confident, shy, leader, follower, interesting, forgettable. And once someone believes they have you figured out, they stop paying attention. That's why many people become invisible. They always say yes. They always agree. They always behave exactly the way everyone expects. There's no surprise, no mystery, no growth, no reason for anyone to look twice. But the moment you step outside that pattern, people notice. If you're usually quiet, speak up. If you always agree, respectfully share a different perspective. If you're known for helping everyone no matter what, politely say no when necessary. Suddenly, the image people have of you begins to crack. They realize there's more to you than they assumed. And when people can't easily place you in a box, they become curious. Curiosity creates attention. Attention creates presence. And presence creates respect. Number 2, act like your time has value. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is to behave as though your time doesn't matter. Think about how many people instantly drop everything the moment someone calls. They respond to every message immediately. They rearrange their entire day for people who wouldn't do the same for them. Without realizing it, they're sending a message: my time isn't important. The truth is simple. People tend to value what you value. If you treat your time as precious, others begin to do the same. That doesn't mean becoming rude or unavailable. It means moving through life with intention. When someone calls your name, you don't need to react like you've been summoned. Finish what you're doing. Then respond. When you enter a room, don't look around hoping for approval. Walk in with calm confidence. When someone sends a message, remember that it's okay to reply when you're available instead of feeling pressured to respond instantly. Your time is part of your life. And your life is valuable. Treat it that way. Number 3, stop apologizing for existing. This habit is everywhere. People apologize for asking questions. Apologize for sharing ideas. Apologize for taking up space. Apologize for things that require absolutely no apology. And over time, those constant apologies send a powerful message. I don't believe I belong here. Words shape perception. Not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. Instead of saying, sorry I'm late, try, thank you for waiting. Instead of, sorry to bother you, try, do you have a moment? Instead of, sorry but I think, simply say, I think. Notice the difference. One approach shrinks you. The other communicates confidence and respect. You don't need to apologize for having opinions. You don't need permission to contribute. And you certainly don't need to apologize for taking up the space you've earned. Number 4, become comfortable with silence. Most people fear silence. The moment a conversation pauses, they rush to fill the gap. They overexplain. They ramble. They speak too quickly. And in doing so, they often weaken their own message. Confident people understand something different. Silence is not the enemy. Silence is a tool. A brief pause before answering a question can completely change how people perceive you. It communicates thoughtfulness, composure, control. The next time someone asks you something important, resist the urge to answer immediately. Take a breath. Pause for a second. Then respond. That small moment of silence creates weight behind your words. People begin listening more carefully. Because when someone isn't desperate to be heard, others become more interested in hearing them. Remember this: the person who is comfortable with silence often appears more confident than the person who can't stop talking. Number 5. Be willing to walk away. This may be the most powerful lesson of all. The person who needs something the least often has the most influence. Think about it. Who seems stronger? The person desperately trying to keep everyone happy, or the person who knows their worth and refuses to tolerate disrespect? Many people stay in conversations, relationships, and situations long after they've stopped being healthy. Not because they want to, because they're afraid. Afraid of rejection, afraid of conflict, afraid of being alone. But confidence grows when you realize something important: you always have a choice. When someone consistently disrespects you, you don't need to argue endlessly. You don't need to convince them to treat you better. Sometimes the most powerful response is simply to leave. Leave the conversation. Leave the situation. Leave the environment that no longer serves you. Not out of anger, out of self-respect. Because the moment people realize you're willing to walk away from poor treatment, the entire dynamic changes. They understand that your presence is a privilege, not a guarantee. And that realization often earns more respect than any argument ever could. So what does all of this come down to? Respect isn't something you beg for. It's something you communicate through your actions. Stop being predictable. Protect your time. Stop apologizing unnecessarily. Become comfortable with silence. And never be afraid to walk away from what diminishes your value. These aren't tricks. They're habits. They're signals. They're ways of showing the world that you recognize your own worth. And once you start doing that, something fascinating happens. Other people begin recognizing it too. You won't need to demand respect. You won't need to chase attention. You'll simply carry yourself differently. And people will respond. So here's my challenge for you. Choose one of these habits. Just one. Practice it consistently for the next 7 days. Watch how people react. Watch how you feel. Because sometimes the smallest shift in behavior creates the biggest shift in how the world sees you. And more importantly, in how you see yourself. Thank you for watching. And if this message resonated with you, let me know which habit you're going to start with. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next video.